I am Red Cyclone! Aria!
Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Is Better Elsewhere podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mike with the mic.
What is up? What is up? You know what? You just talked about figure stuff, and fucking Hasbro just released Series 8.
Oh, ring the alarm. What we got?
We got Adam, Green Zeo. We have I forgot his name, Ethan, Blue Dino Thunder. We got SPD Pink. Sid, and then we have there's one more, and I can't think of the Ranger. Shit, I pre-ordered all of them because I'm a sucker. Yeah, so they announced it this week, and I was like, fuck.
So what wave is? You said that's all
Series 8.
8?
Yeah.
So that's where we are now. 8.
Yep, Series 8. I have a lot of like ups and downs with this series so far, and I've been collecting everything. I have everything from. I'm missing the two. The only ones I'm missing right now because I'm waiting for pre-orders is the 2 packs of Andros and Astronema and Sky and Swap Blue.
Okay, cool.
Those are the ones I'm missing. So, yeah, so they announced it recently. Like, you just reminded me. That's the reason why I just came out. Like, yeah, they did just announce something. Oh, Leo. They relaunching Leo Lost Galaxy.
Wait. So at this point, that's it, right? We have... Oh, we're missing yellow. For
what?
SPD.
SPD, we're missing yellow and green.
We don't have green?
Bridge is not out yet. I want Bridge. I would like to see Bridge, and I want the whole SPD set. So hopefully they're all coming.
Okay.
So right now, so it was Red Lost Galaxy Leo, but they added more weapons to him. They added some of the weird weapons he had on the TV show. So I'm happy with that. A lot of people are happy with the Atom because they added the TV show's weapons, which they did not add to Rocky. Which with his weapon that he had in his heels. So I was like,
what were those?
What were they?
Because they look like
they're
leaf blowers.
axes.
Like little what?
They're axes.
Little axes. Okay.
They called them power axes.
They looked funny.
Yeah, they do. But those are just announced. Those are the next wave coming.
Okay.
They fixed the head mold of Leo. That was the only difference of it, and then also adding more weapons.
So they went back and they got fan feedback about it, and were like, "Oh, let's change it."
I guess so because again, Leo did come out already in a 2-pack. He came out with the Psycho Ranger, so they just fixed his head mold, and it looks more like what he looks like in the TV show. So I give him credit. At least they fixed that.
Yeah. You know what I was gonna tell you? I meant to send you a message on Instagram about it because I see, again, WWE is constantly just pumping them out, man. Those figures are awesome. But I was meaning to tell you about the Edge's head sculpt, and I was like, see now that new Edge that they showed off there with the devil horns pose.
Yeah.
Like, you look way better than that creepy looking special one.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I like the new one better.
Yeah, they have I don't know what.
Baron Corbin has one of the best head sculpts I've ever seen.
King
Corbin. Yeah.
Yo, King Corbin's figure looks badass. I'm going to pre-order that once that's up. That one looked pretty bad. I've been waiting for a Baron Corbin figure as well because they announced they did release him before, and he had hair.
Yeah, I remember.
He didn't have long hair. He had hair. He never had hair. I mean, once he shaved the bald, that's it. He didn't have hair after that. And they gave him hair, and I'm like, how you fuck that up? There was no head sculpt. There was no head picture that you've seen before that had hair.
because he wasn't named Io Shirai.
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm actually excited for that Baron Corbin. Like I've been wanting the King Corbin. I was really hoping that King Corbin too. It would be a King Corbin. The only thing, sadly, is it looks like he's getting away from the King character.
Oh well, I guess he is. I mean, is he?
Well,
He's got knights now.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, he's got knights.
I don't know, but yeah. But yeah, I'm actually that King Corbin is definitely one I might have to pick up.
Mm-hmm. It looks
But, yeah.
very good.
That's all the rest of the top figure news I know of right now. They're gonna be announcing a lot of stuff after around one. I think February is usually when Toy Fair hits, so around February you're gonna start getting a lot of news.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm just looking at it like that would be if we have a figure of the week. That's my figure of the week.
That Corbin, yeah.
Corbin.
That King Corbin looked really dope. I was very happy with that. I was like,
It's very accurate. That's
Yeah.
the one thing I like. I saw in the pictures of it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's incredibly accurate to his face. Like that. If you told somebody, oh yeah,
About
that's
time.
that guy from television. Oh yeah, it looks like him. Yes. it
About time.
does. So.
Because I have the long haired Baron, the lone wolf Baron Corbin figure,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of fucked up his face. His face wasn't that great, and that was an NXT figure, so I'm glad that they actually finally fully fixed him.
Gotcha.
And that looks 100% like him,
Mm-hmm.
even to the tattoos.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody else in that wave, because I've seen the entire thing.
I think Sasha's in there.
Yeah, I see the Sasha. Ours is pretty good, but like that Corbin is like up there. That's really good.
Yeah, that Corbin looks pretty badass.
Okay.
We had the Game Awards this week.
Yeah, let me just close these. So I got to actually watch the Game Awards, and you know what? It was a nice wholesome show this year.
Okay.
I think they came out of the gates and gave everybody and their grandmother what they wanted, who was probably over the age of like 30,
Yeah.
by announcing Sephiroth and Smash out of the gate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even play the game, but I was happy. I was like, all right, you going all the way balls to the wall, and you gonna start the show like this? I'm okay. I'm happy. I'm good. Set the tone for the rest of the show. I mean, there was an announcement of a Mass Effect game, but when you just get the news that the two guys that are mostly were in charge when the ones that we wanted were being made are gone, like I don't know how much that. I don't really care.
Yeah, I'm very skeptical with it.
Because if they like the characters, yes, I love Liara and the rest of them, but like if it's not the writing from those guys, and remember that's one of the main things that I believe, because I think one of them was like his name was like the Doctor or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he was like the head writer. I'm like, wasn't that the person who wrote the lines that were delivered by the actors and stuff? You know what I mean? Like that was his subject matter and stuff. And I'm like, okay, then that's what I want. I don't know about this, because if I'm to take Andromeda as the first step in the new direction, I don't want it.
Yeah, me too. I'm just like, I'm very skeptical. I'm actually honestly I'm skeptical with the remaster.
I'm not skeptical about that.
I'm skeptical with
it because every time I pop up now, when they have, since it became official, and people are like, oh, renders and screenshots and stuff, and you see what some of it looks like, it looks pretty good. Like they're doing some justice.
All right.
Like I like.
All right, because I'm skeptical with that too. I'm like, I don't know if I trust EA like remaking that whole shit.
There was an article maybe like 2 weeks ago about specifically the aliens and how they look, and I saw what they did to Garrison Rex. I'm like, yeah, they look like, it looks almost like Demon Souls.
Okay.
Like it's almost that level of, that was never possible. Holy shit. So it's looking kind of big. So I'm like, all right, I know the scale, but you know that I found out that actually is a more realistic and easier thing to get done than to make a completely new game, right?
Yeah.
To use the existing Mass Effect and then to just replace models and things like that.
Yeah.
That's an easier thing to do. And since people hold those games in high regard, I think at least this one, Mark, we could probably be talking about this after it comes out and just be pissed off. We could just be like, yo, fuck, why they do that, man?
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I know why you're skeptical.
Yeah.
But so far from what I've seen, it looks like they're trying to take it serious.
I hope so, because that's, again, like, we take it a little personally because that's like one of my favorite game series as well. So I take it a little personal, especially like, don't fuck up 2. 2 was a masterpiece. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah,
I'll fight you.
Yep.
I'll fight every one of you.
I can't wherever you are, I'll get you.
Oh, we'll be fighting. So hopefully it's good.
Fist fighting in the streets, I'll get you.
I'm gonna get you if you fuck this shit up. But I'm sadly, like, I am not excited for a new Mass Effect. I'm really not. Like, you guys really did a toll on me with Andromeda, whatever it's fucking called.
Yeah.
And the game was really bad. It was very unforgiving. So I am very skeptical. I'm gonna keep an eye on it, but it's not something that I'm like, man, how bad it's gonna be. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah. I understand 100% especially because it's EA.
Yeah, same here.
And I feel like they're gonna try to squeeze some pennies out of you for this one. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So hopefully, I hope for the best, I guess. But I'm not banging. I'm not putting my money down like right now for it, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? But besides that, there was a teaser for Dragon Age 4. I don't know if you're a Dragon Age fan. I never played one, so
I never really cared for them.
There was this really funny looking trailer called Arc 2, starring Vin Diesel, and I was just like, oh my god, Burke is probably just, for some reason, you have a pain in your neck. As I was watching it, you're just like, why does my neck hurt?
Yeah.
Like,
I saw what it looks like. It looks terrible.
It looks hilarious. It moved in like this almost stop motion way.
Yeah.
And it's like, you lost me.
Yeah.
It just looks hilarious. But here's the thing. I think it's from his studio, and I'm not gonna lie, the Riddick games were fine. Now I think it might actually be set in some type of world where they can tie it to Riddick combat. I mean, gameplay wise.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's like, he looks like he's in some prehistoric world, and then there's this space thing. So I'm like, oh, there might be some connection here and there. Anyway, it looked funny as hell. Whatever. It didn't really show gameplay. So, I mentioned Sephiroth. Perfect Dark got a teaser trailer, which I thought was cool.
Yeah. I think this time, hopefully, some Xbox exclusives are gonna start rolling in, because sadly they got none. So it's like, they need it. They need titles. They need people to look at their system.
Here's something, and this is from GameSpot and their analysis of the trailers. Something that they said, and this is what Microsoft coined the phrase: Microsoft's quadruple A studio. Yeah. What are you talking about? How dare you? Quadruple A? I don't even care about triple A. Listen, we're gonna talk about Cyberpunk. That's technically triple A. Yeah. And there's some stuff going on there. Yeah. How y'all going? How's anybody going to quadruple A? Ain't nobody won yet. You cut that shit out. How dare you?
Yeah, Xbox, get games for yourself right now before you actually give yourself more titles.
Like
you guys have shit. Like, if I buy an Xbox, there's no like Xbox exclusive game that's like, wow, I need this for my Xbox, so I only can play it there. No, I can play everything you have on my PS5.
They putting a lot of pressure on this game by saying that. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah.
But they saying this game is coming from a quadruple A studio.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That is literally defining the industry.
Yeah.
If this game is not good, Ooh, boy.
But
You might have threw your Series X out the window.
but to give it credit where credit's due, Perfect Dark Zero was good. I liked Perfect Dark Zero,
Okay.
and I did like the original game too.
Yeah, I had a friend who really liked it.
So hopefully
I
they got
didn't-
something good.
Okay.
Well, the trailers, I did not get to see any of the trailers besides the Sephiroth one because someone sent me that like directly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's about all of the really big, like, not awards stuff from the show. Really. So I guess we could just go through the list of the winners.
Yeah. So I go the big boy, the big award, Game of the Year, Last of Us 2.
Yeah. So the for this one we'll do the nominees just because this is the biggest award.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing: New Horizons, which I can understand why, because it's the highest selling game of the year, I believe.
Yeah. And where it came, when it came out, people needed that game.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
Doom Eternal, which is actually cool.
I actually think that game, like, honestly, I didn't remember that came out this year.
I thought it came out last year for some reason, but hey, it came out this year.
Nah, it came out. It passed the date of when they could take rewards
so that
last
means it
year.
came out
So I
December?
think it came out December. Yeah.
Okay. So that's like Cyberpunk. It will be next year's.
And like Jedi Fallen Order, it fell victim to that too.
So it would have been on this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, there's Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I played, very very good. Ghost of Tsushima, which I would have thought would have been the winner.
Like as in, all right, go ahead, say the last one and then we'll talk.
And the other contestant was Hades, which I know is a very very popular game, but I know it didn't come out like till recently too.
So Hades was one that I actually thought was gonna line up taking it.
Is it like if just by judging of waves this year for people's peak interest in a game,
Yeah.
like you could tell that Hades was like it hit a pitch like recently.
Yeah.
So like it just felt like everybody was talking about that game, and then because it didn't feel like that when everybody was talking about Among Us when it first came out.
Yeah.
And then it didn't feel like that when people were talking about Fall Guys when that first came out. So like this entire year has been like one comes out and then everybody's talking about it for a grip.
Yeah.
And then I feel like Hades is like the latest one.
Yeah.
But it's stuck with a lot of people. So
Yeah. It's a good game. I have it for the Switch.
It's so good. Very good. Very good.
Last of Us, the winner. Well, it deserved it. Like, I have never played a game that made me feel so much like shit, but also made me like understand what they were going through, but also feel like shit.
Okay.
Like that game's story is crazy. That game's story gets you in, and if you actually get really into it and understand what one thing I give Naughty Dog is like they're telling you the story. You don't control the story. They're telling you the story. And I think that was the big issue with the game when it first came out, and everyone was bitching about the little things here and there, and like, oh, why she has to be this, why she gotta be this. Shut up. Let Naughty Dog tell you the story. You're just playing through it. Let them tell you the story, and they're gonna give you a fucking fantastic story, and that's what the game was.
Okay. I have to do due diligence and play one before I play two.
They're worth it. They're good games. They're good stories. But I'll tell you one thing. Like, if you get into the story, you understand. I think you're going through one, and the way you feel after one, and going into two, you're gonna have more of an understanding of why the game was what it was.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As in, not knowing what happened in one, you may have a different opinion in that sense.
Mm-hmm. There's just the fact that because they gave it to me,
to
play it, but I know that it makes less sense to play two, without playing one, at least for yourself, at least experiencing a lot of that for yourself because of the emotional weight
Yeah.
that they play in the game.
Yeah.
So I understand that. Like, it doesn't hit the same way if you just pick it up and go, oh, let me play this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will give credit to Ghost of Tsushima. I actually thought that game could have probably pulled it off and actually win this award. That game surprised people. That game did not. That game came out with a lot of people being extremely skeptical with it.
Well, you know what? I having seen it in person, but not really having played it. That game is probably, I would give it, for the end of the generation, that's probably the best looking PS4 game.
Oh yeah, it was an experience. I can't. You know what I got to do? I got to play it on the PS5 and see how that changes it. I have not played it yet because they added the DLC, the multiplayer, and they also added the new game plus of it as well. So I will go through the game again eventually. I'll probably stream that. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, I'll say, is one of my favorite games this year. Last of Us Part 2 is extremely close to that as well. So I was fine with either one winning this. Doom Eternal was just one I was like, oh, that came out? Oh, that's a game? It's funny shit. I have the game too. I just didn't recollect that it was something that was that good of a game kind of thing. It was a good game. It just, I don't remember it.
I mean, when there's all this other stuff, right?
Yeah. Game direction was Last of Us. They took that as well. Narrative, Last of Us took that one as well.
Then you got, what's the next one? Art direction.
Yeah, art direction.
I mean, yeah. Again, that's what I would number one agree with Tsushima being best art direction.
Oh, yeah,
I just think
game.
The power and lack thereof of the systems they were on.
Yeah.
To make stuff that it holds up to some of the things coming out today. It's like, I don't know, man. Tsushima looked pretty good.
Tsushima was a very beautiful game.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the power of art direction, not just hardware. It's when you have people who know how to make things pop in the direction that they want, because that's a realistic looking game. It's not a fantasized version of everything.
Yeah,
it's just it has people's spin on it.
Yeah, and
when you can make real life look as good as that game does, it's like, damn, all right.
Yeah. It's a beautiful game. Sound, score, and music. Final Fantasy VII. That had to take it.
Yes, I agree. We both said we voted for Streets of Rage to be on the list. It didn't make it, so I'm mad. But yes, good choice.
Audio design, Last of Us Part 2. That makes sense. Performance, Laura Bailey as Abby for Last of Us 2. You'll learn about her when you play the game. She's the second character. It's a lot of story into that.
Most divisive character in the game. That's all I know.
I know a lot of people bitched about her, but I thought she was probably one of the better. I thought she was a really strong character. Eventually, she got really interesting. Games for Impact. Tell me why. That makes sense.
Games for Impact. I don't know what that is.
Ongoing game, No Man's Sky. I heard that game is just like such a better game now than it was before.
They never gave up on it. That's why.
Indie game, Hades. Debut indie game.
I want to point out that I'm surprised one of those games like Among Us and Fall Guys didn't win. Yeah. Because it's just off the sheer popularity.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Debut indie, Phasmotopia.
What's that?
Oh, I never played it.
Best mobile game they got Among Us. They won.
Among Us. Have you played Among Us?
No.
I've
only watched people play it.
It's Clue.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is. It's Clue, but you're running around like a little alien.
Got you. Okay.
Community support, Fall Guys, also been knockout. Yeah, that makes sense. VR, Half-Life, Alex. Makes sense.
Have you had a chance in any years to play any VR stuff yet?
I'm not into it.
Okay.
I don't like shit on my head. I feel suffocated with all that shit on my head.
Gotcha. You waiting for to glasses or contact lenses?
I don't wear glasses. That's why I don't wear contact glasses. So like, having all that shit on me, I don't fucking want it.
That makes sense.
Innovation of accessibility, Last of Us Part 2. Action game, Hades. Action adventure, Last of Us Part 2. RPG, Final Fantasy 7. I fought hard for you, Yakuza. Fighting game,
it was an uphill battle though.
Fighting game, Mortal Kombat 11, because I actually think that's the only actual fighting game on this list.
Hold on. I just want because you make a good point, Mark. Yo, why Street Fighter on this list? I don't care. Champion Edition, how dare you get on a 2020 list?
So what bothers me with that, like if you're adding Street Fighter 5 Championship Edition, then you could add Tekken 7.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tekken 7 had a big ass update and release DLC as well. As same thing with Mortal Kombat.
They just that's the thing I was saying. Even Soul Calibur, because of the way Namco does their games, they have the season pass, which is equivalent to a championship edition because it's a big update.
Yeah, so I'm annoyed about that.
Characters, so yeah, I get you.
Yeah, and then yeah. One Punch Man is not even a fucking fighting game.
One Punch Man. Oh boy. That's all I gotta say. I've seen that in action. Man. They tried to make something unique. That's all. I wouldn't buy it though.
At least they tried.
They tried.
I guess. Family game, Animal Crossing, Sim strategy game, Microsoft Simulator, Flight Simulator.
I need to get that. I really do. Flight Simulator. I need to.
Sports and racing game, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. That makes sense. Multiplayer game, Among Us, content.
Hey. Yep. No, I said there you go. The award for Among Us.
Content creator, Valkyrie. I don't know who that is,
right.
But congratulations.
Yes.
Esports.
Yes,
I don't know. I don't care. And and the People's Choice was Ghost of Tsushima.
Good. There you go. So the people went
Yeah. So the people voted for Ghost of Tsushima. The critics and the committee. Voted Last of Us 2. Which is it's fine. They both amazing games. This game, again, both those games well worth it, well deserved. I'm happy they got it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy the show overall was good.
Yeah,
it could have just been lame. Bro.
Yeah, could have been.
Like, having watched it live, I watched. I know you've seen her videos. I don't know if you actually watched the video on Miles Morales she made. She's I don't know if she's a streamer or just a YouTuber.
Okay.
She's on Twitter a lot, but like she has a YouTube and a Twitch, and I was just like, well, I'm not really gonna watch it on their stream.
Okay.
So I might as well watch somebody that I already pay attention to on their, like, Up Down Down wasn't streaming it because I'm sure he was probably busy.
Yeah.
So I would have watched it with him if he was streaming it, So there was like Maximilian was doing it, a few other people. So I was like, let me hang out with Susie and chill, and it was actually pretty fun.
Cool. I watch. So I know he won like 2 different awards for content creator of the year. Xavier Woods.
Oh, on different.
And different. I think the Joystick Awards he won one, and I think he won it for something else.
All right. Well, at least somebody recognize all that work he do.
Damn,
okay.
Right. Go Xavier. G4.
Yes, sir.
Anyway,
I hope you get that a gold blazer that has G4 on the breast pocket. It's a real nice one with some rhinestones on it.
Yeah.
And have hair with this afro too.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Now we could talk about this. So I did pick up Cyberpunk. I did put it in. I did play like maybe the beginning. I picked a Nomad. And I drove my first car, and I made my guy, and I was able to choose his penis, and a bunch of other things. My guy looks like Gambit. I made him look like Gambit.
Okay.
Because they have like the black and red eyes.
Oh,
so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make Gambit.
Cool.
So, And then I heard about penis glitches. I heard so many fucking bad glitches. I was talking to Jinkies. I saw Jinkies yesterday. And I went to Costco, so I bumped into him. I told him, yeah, I'm going there. Meet me. So we talked about it because he also picked up Cyberpunk and he did corporate.
Okay.
Because you could start Nomad, you could start Streets or corporate. And from their experience, besides my experience is a Nomad. So you start out in the outskirts of Night City. As in, you think that you being corporate, you'll start off with like the luxury and the being kind of having money and things like that. No, it is not much of a difference.
So it's just like a stats spread.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a little disappointing. So far it looks pretty. It looks interesting. It plays interesting. So I noticed.
Merc, we have to have correction for the show.
Okay.
Because it wasn't CD Projekt Red that made Crisis.
Okay.
Crytek. That's Crytek.
Okay.
So yeah.
My bad.
Incorrectly attributed to him, but like so this is truly their first foray into the first person shooter genre.
Oh, okay.
So you got to give him a little bit of slack.
Yeah. It plays alright. I think some of the options of what they have did not work.
Okay.
So like say for instance you put assist us aim assist, it did not help you whatsoever.
Yeah. So the big thing about this game is that it's buggy as hell.
Yeah.
In hilarious ways and not so hilarious ways. There's been reports of I've seen streamers get the PlayStation warning.
Yeah.
It's just your game crash. Sorry, bro. I've seen on PC disappearing guns. I've seen NPCs that are dead on the ground start grimacing and smiling like they're not dead.
Yeah.
Even though they shoot them again, they just but they don't make sounds. They just face just keeps going. I've seen inside of people's heads, genitalia glitch through the front of your pants. Also, there's a funny bug where you start the game, right?
Yeah.
And you look in the mirror.
Yeah.
So the bug is that in the mirror, you always look fine, right?
Yeah.
On the first entry. When you leave, for some reason, you have no pants on. You just ass out. You go back to the mirror and then you see it and you're like, wait, when I take my pants off? and that's like the most common one that I've seen multiple people say they've had, and that's like the funny stuff. That's the type of stuff that's like when that happens, that's funny, haha. You know what you get into.
Yeah.
The game is 18 plus. It's mature. Listen, we all know what we're here for. If something stupid like that happens, it's whatever.
Yeah.
The stuff that this should have stayed in the oven for is the crashing to desktop. Is I heard people getting stuck in elevators, which is that's happened in other games for me. It's like sometimes when you do that, you're in a situation where you can't like quit.
Yeah.
Because the game doesn't accept the input. And for some reason, because you're in an elevator, and you know how video games try to mask things in elevators.
Yeah.
So sometimes the games break that way.
Yeah.
And so I've seen people stuck in situations where they can't quit, and they so basically, yeah, you could save, but you can't actually just do it from the game. So you have to turn the system off. Like what? Okay. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
So that's not cool. Like there's a lot of little things like that. Just the game breaking stuff is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. And it sucks when it happens.
So had they even like had like a window when the next gen versions of it comes out? Because I feel like that's the most disappointing thing is the fact that it's not the next gen version at all.
Unless you're on PC.
Yeah.
And that's the messed up part that a lot of people are just like getting pissed off on.
Yeah.
About is they marketed something before those consoles, the new consoles even existed.
Yeah.
So it was 2013 that this game was announced, and they started development.
Mm-hmm.
alongside Witcher 3,
Yeah.
right?
Well, Witcher
So
3, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like they've basically dug the trail back to 2013.
Yeah.
So they had the time and they had the foresight of going for a particular set of excuse me, of consoles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because back then the highest spec you could go for was PC,
Yeah.
but also PS4
Yeah.
and Xbox.
Yeah.
I guess it was Series 1 at that point, right? 2013. That was before S, or definitely
X?
before X, but that was definitely before S, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So again, how did you make that game for those? And then what you see is that the textures and stuff don't load. The frame rate stays at sub 10 when you get in cars on the lower end consoles. And it's like, damn. So what work did you do? You just saw PS5 and Series X and you was like, all right, screw those other ones. We got to go for the big boys only.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, like I'm a little disappointed in that sense of the thing. Like this was like a very high anticipated game. Honestly, if you would have been straight up and say, yeah, it's only coming out on PS4 and Xbox One, and then maybe there'll be a version down the road for PS5, and then that will be your free one and things like that. But they kind of made it like it was going to come out simultaneously.
You know who got flack for it, but who did it in a graceful way? It was Destiny.
Yeah.
The first one. I can't speak for 2. I have never played 2. But the first one was when I got that version of Destiny.
Yeah.
The next generation versions were coming, right?
Yeah.
They were doing the work to have them like be there for the next generation. So what ended up happening was the situations you see for a lot of these games that are coming out now.
Yeah.
They give you the free upgrade, or they gave you the upgrade path, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, that's fine, do that, but what Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red should have done was stuck to the thing they announced for.
Yeah, I agree.
That's number one, because I see so many pre-orders, like people picking up their thing, because you know how people show off what they got.
Yeah.
People are happy.
Yeah.
So you know how many of the people getting their pre-order was the big ass PS4 box.
Yeah.
That's the worst version of the game.
Yeah.
And it's like so many people are pissed off and they were asking for refunds now. It's like, it's not just I get that people are taking this as a reason to dunk on them, but here's the serious part. Is that now the investors are getting involved because their stock prices dropped.
Yeah, I saw.
A big chunk. And that wouldn't have happened if they had just made for the last gen consoles like they knew they had marketed for.
Yeah, they should, honestly, I felt that, or they should have pushed it back until they could actually have it on the big consoles. And honestly, the fact that I honestly didn't care if they pushed it back or not. I had no issues with it. I was like, fine, make the game better. I saw how big the game is going to be. I was like, yo, that's going to be so knowing how big, knowing from experience of Witcher 3 had a lot of issues when it first came out as well.
That's right. Yeah.
And it took about at least 6 to almost a year for it to be as good as it is now. Like, honestly, now if you play Witcher, it's a fucking amazing game because they fixed everything.
Yes,
but it took its time. It still was an amazing game, still had an amazing story, but it took a lot of time to build everything. It's like Skyrim as well. Skyrim, it's a big ass game. You got to fix a lot of things. So I understand that, especially coming from a person that plays a lot of these games. I play Skyrim. I play Witcher 3 and Witcher 2 and all that stuff, and I understand like the mass amount of this game is, and this game is huge. This game is fucking 100 gigabytes. It's huge. It's huge. So me understanding that this game is going to need work, I understand 100%. But if it came to a point that you're advertising that you're getting it on PS5 and Xbox Series X, honestly, I don't think they ever said day one. I think people took it as it's going to come out day one. I don't think they ever mentioned that it was coming out day one, but they mentioned that it will be free when it comes out. Yeah. I think that's where a lot of people got confused with.
True.
As in, they said,
are mad that the one they got sold was no bueno.
Yeah, but
It literally is a whole. So to put this in perspective, I think the numbers for base PS4 are like in the 200 million or something. It's a crazy number.
yeah,
But we have to remember that this always happens. Not this situation.
yeah,
But at the end of the life cycle of a console, people forget just because they see the new thing get the spotlight, that the install base of the previous one is always in the hundreds of millions
yeah,
by the end. There's always, that's the society that we have with gaming, is that there's a winner and a loser for each generation, and
Yeah.
usually the winner of the generation has an install base of hundreds of millions.
yeah,
There's hundreds of millions of PlayStation 4s. I'm sure there's hundreds of millions, maybe 100 million Xbox Ones. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But it is what it is for that generation of console, and they were marketed to a certain thing,
yeah,
and they got something completely different. And
Yeah.
I feel,
yeah,
and it's like that's got you like I don't think that the PlayStation 5 and the Series X in any way are hurting it. Like, they are not the thing that, because usually what also happens, people go, oh yeah, you split the generation, you gimp the other one. This is not the same situation, because these are actually not even the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions.
no, they're not.
So that's why this is even worse.
Yeah.
Is because people can't use that excuse, oh, you gimped it for the new, oh, you gimped the new one for the old one. That's what people used to say about Destiny.
Yeah.
This is not that.
Yeah,
This is just, it almost seems like the reverse.
yeah,
This is like they abandoned trying to optimize it in favor of, well, we'll just worry about PS5, Series X, and PC.
yeah,
That's what it looks like.
yeah,
Because when you see this shit that came out in the first day, woo!
Yeah.
People are trying to be optimistic,
yeah,
but this is like day 3 of the game being out. I've seen people who were happy as shit now are saying, yeah, okay, it's enough. You guys, I had to restart my game 8 times.
yeah.
What?
Oh man, that's not a good sign. Those are not good signs at all, and I'm sad that it's happening. Especially this was a very anticipated game. This is probably one of the highest anticipated games. But imagine if they did rush it out and come out in March, what kind of shit we would have had.
And we have it. We have the proof here on this podcast that we were saying for the longest time, delay it till next year.
Yeah,
Don't bring it out.
and then also the world we live in right now. So March it was supposed to come out March this year. They've delayed it. I honestly would have. Even with the current with the new generation of systems, I would have waited another year.
Yeah.
Because I as much as I like my PS5 100%, did I need it this year? No, I could have waited.
Mhm.
I got lucky because my girl put half, and I was like, yes, let's get it. But is it like a game? Is there like a standout game like I needed to play that was on there? No, there wasn't, because I could have got Miles Morales on PS4. Would be perfectly fine, same exact game. So it's like they rushed everything too fast. Like PS5 and Xbox Series X could have came out next year when the world is better, and probably would have did a bit more successful. Would have had more exclusives to their consoles. You would have had a Halo Infinity with your console. But no, you decided to rush it, and you got shit.
Yeah.
And then PS5 got some games, but they're nothing besides Demon's Souls and Miles Morales. What else is there?
It's like the weakest. This is quite possibly one of the weakest launch lineups ever.
Yeah. And you know what crazy is? PS2 had a weak launch.
I know. Yeah. Did you ever play? What is it? Phantasma?
I think the only game I played was Tekken Tag.
Yeah. That more than makes up for it.
Yeah. But I know PS2 had like a bad thing like that. I think
64 had a bad one too. It only had like one game.
Well, what was Mario 64 though?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying though. Alright, Mario 64 is a legendary game. I don't know. It had Mario 64 and Pilot Wings.
Yeah, that's not strong. It's strong.
It's strong,
for
but
Nintendo.
It's strong, but you didn't get a new game for like 6 months after. That was the difference. Yeah, like I feel they rushed everything. Like the new consoles did not have to come out this year, but they rushed it because we gotta get these out. No, you did not. A lot of people don't have jobs. A lot of people don't fucking have money to be buying these systems. And like I'm beneficial to get one, but and even then, I'm like, did I need it right away? Not really.
No.
I got it because I could talk about it on the podcast and things like that. I have it. I like it. Honestly, to be honest, my favorite thing of the PS5 that I honestly think if you would have brought it to the PS4 Pro, I would have been 100% and waited was the controller. I love the PS5 controller.
Whoa. Okay, speak on that.
Yeah,
because we haven't really talked about it.
Yeah, I love it. Like I love the motion, the vibrations. Like honestly, like if you're playing like a gun game, like you feel the click of the triggers and shit like that. You have to like fully, or you could like squeeze it slow, you squeeze it high and things like that. It kind of reminds me more of the Legacy controller, the Xbox, or like what was it, Legacy or Legend?
I think it's the Elite.
The Elite controllers, yeah. It kind of reminds me of that in that sense. It's more comfortable to my hands. I have slightly big hands. I play basketball and shit, so I have slightly big hands. So it fits my hands very comfortable. Yeah, it has a nice grip too.
Okay.
And it just feels nice in your hand. It feels the buttons don't feel like loose or anything like that. They all press really well. It has a nice weight that doesn't make your hand feel tired holding it for a long time. So there's a lot of things I love about the controller, and I think that's the best thing out of PS5.
Question: is it heavier or lighter than the previous controller?
About the same weight.
Okay.
It just balanced better.
That's good.
And then also I think it being straight, it just fits your hands better. It's more comfortable in your hands.
Okay.
So I really like the controllers.
So
and that's like my favorite thing.
Do you have enough data to put it in a tier? How high up is this controller in your?
Right now it's high up there. Like I hated the PS1 controller. I hated the DualShock controller, the first DualShock. I think PS2 will be maybe my favorite one.
Okay.
Because I think the PS2 was loose. Like the analogs were nice and smooth, and then the D-pad. I hated the PS3 controller. Both versions. Yeah. PS4. Yeah, so I'll say this would be number 1, PS2 would be number 2, and PS4 would be number 3.
And just in general, how about if you compare Xbox, N64, NES?
Oh, fuck the N64. I hate that controller.
Okay.
I hate
like
that.
Nintendo. Like how what's your favorite controller? Like, of all time? Really? I can't go back to playing any 3D game without the analog stick.
Me too. But I love the Dreamcast.
Yeah, that's the nostalgia pick, right?
Yeah, that's the nostalgia pick. I love Dreamcast. The Dreamcast controller is my because again, like me having big hands, it was very comfortable in my hands.
I didn't buy. All right, Mark. Yeah. We might have to be irresponsible on the cast for the first time ever. I might have to purchase one of those specialty controllers right now.
Yeah.
Live on the cast, those Dreamcast controllers. Remember we saw somebody made a controller for the modern systems. So I know that they're compatible with PC.
Oh, I got one for I got one for the N64. My N64. I got that. It kind of like the Wii, not the Wii, the Switch Pro controller.
Yes.
And it's an N64 control. Like it's beautiful.
They have a Dreamcast. They have them for use for replacements of your like PlayStation 4 controller or Xbox controller. So yeah,
try it out. See, you like it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look them up. So
yeah, I actually like the N64 one. I'll give that a high review because I actually like the way it feels on my hands. Like it's not burning my thumb.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah,
man. You know what had the worst feel? It was probably my most played system, but because it was handheld, it's just a bad part of it was the physical design of it was just bad. Was the PSP?
Yeah.
The original PSP it just for some reason after playing it for like an hour, it felt like you were holding glass in your hand.
Yeah.
It would just stab into a, because yes, it's rounded, but for some reason, just the plastic in a certain part of your hand just hurt. And I have to give shit to the 3DS XL.
Yeah.
Terrible design.
Yeah.
Terrible. Actually, in aesthetics, is beautiful. It's simple, and I love how they can easily make any type of special edition out of that design. Right?
Yeah.
I had a dark ass black one, so it didn't even matter. But the thing is, playing Monster Hunter, and that ended up having one of my favorite Monster Hunters. But you play that for like an hour.
Yeah.
You feel like you got like glass in your hand. Like, why is there something stabbing me in the palm of my hand? It's a heavy ass handheld.
You know what I don't like? If we go into system, the controls we don't like, the regular Switch.
The regular Switch. Okay.
The regular Switch. The regular Switch is heavy. So you playing as a handheld for a long time, that shit fucking hurts your hands after a while. That's why I got the light. The light is beautiful.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, the light is beautiful. The light is extremely light. It feels comfortable on my hands. I don't feel weight on my hands when I'm playing. On the Switch, that shit was heavy after a while. It was like, yo, I'm holding, like, it's like holding a cup for like an hour. You're like, oh shit, why my hand hurts?
Yeah, I can definitely see that being a pain. Yeah.
Okay. But I have the Switch Lite, and I love that little shit. Because it's a lot lighter. The whole thing is lighter, like 100% lighter. So, yeah, that's it.
So, in comparison, so because you've had them, in comparison to other portable systems, is the Switch Lite the lightest one?
It's one of them. Unless you're gonna go
big one. I don't mean is that lighter than a GBA. That makes no sense. I mean the ones that play like reasonably intense. It's like a 3DS, like a PSP. Is that actually the lightest handheld?
I say the Switch is lighter than a PSP.
Wow.
It's lighter than a Vita. It's lighter than. It's about the same weight as a Nintendo 3D XL.
Okay.
About the same weight. It's just that, again, you not have the weight of the screen. It's all one thing, so it's a little lighter.
It's the way it's distributed. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it textured? Like, there's the back texture? Like,
no,
grips
smooth.
or anything? Is it smooth?
Yeah. They do have grips that you can buy that makes it feel like an Xbox controller. It has like the shape of a controller, but I never needed that. I thought it fit my hand perfectly.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Damn. So here we go. Hearing that the what is it called? DualSense.
DualSense, yeah.
So that we hearing that the DualSense is up there in the tiers of controllers. Okay.
Yeah. DualSense is a nice controller. It feels comfortable. It's very comfortable in the hand.
I've heard many of people say this. It feels like an adult controller.
Yeah.
It's like it just feels like it. Construction. The way the smart use of the vibration is like one of the things that a lot of people say. Oh, that's. At first, I thought it was going to be a gimmick, and then they're like, oh no, this is actually smart.
Yeah.
So that I've heard, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. So to hear you say that it's actually good feeling also.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 100%. I like the controller a lot. There's a lot.
I just want to point out. I see the controller, but here's the thing. I thought there was a version with another analog stick. No, it's faithful. Yeah. Ooh, I need analog sticks. Because I want to use it for something else besides the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
When I'm done.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. The search continues. All right.
Before we get into our verdict of Detective Pikachu, which I'm excited. It's probably one of my favorite ones that we have reviewed so far. Marvel, Star Wars, Disney just announced so much shit of all the content that's coming. There is so much content coming that we will have verdicts for you for everything for eternity because there's so much shit coming.
Okay, nice.
They announced all the movies, they announced all the TV shows and everything like that. Everything coming with WandaVision coming next month, and that's where it's gonna start from there. There's a lot of shit. Like they announced Fantastic Four. They announced the one was looking forward to the most that I've been waiting to see some visual of is the What If cartoon animated series.
That's cool.
And yo, I will say this. I'm gonna say this right now. If Marvel uses the sources they have to do animated shows with the art from Disney, and they doing full force of the art that they're gonna do, yo, they could compete with DC in their animated shit. Like, I recommend look at the What If trailer.
Okay.
I'll do that. Yeah, look at the What If trailer and look at the animation. It's fucking beautiful.
Wow. Do you know offhand if it's like some new studio doing it, or is it anybody you're familiar with?
Well, it's in Fin Disney.
But like, you know how some people know, okay, what else should I look at if I want to see this person's art?
Nah, this is the first of its kind.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it's a new like team of doing this. I'll send you the link so you can just check it out because
I see it. They have it up.
It's beautiful. It looks good.
Okay.
And so far,
was this part of an event?
No, this is going to be a TV series.
No. The fact that they released all this information.
It was like a shareholders press conference and shit, and they just announced all this stuff. And they already initiated, like, the What If series is the one I was just looking at because it's going to be a what if you ever read the What If comics, is like what if Spider-Man's kept the black suit, and what if Thing turned into the Hulk, and things like that. It has some random shit. So one of the stories is Peggy Carter. What if she was the super soldier?
Okay.
So she pretty much is Captain Britain. What if T'Challa was the one abducted to space and became Star-Lord.
Oh wow, that's cool.
They have a lot of stories like that, so I'm actually looking forward to it. It debuts in summer next year as 10 episodes, but check out this trailer. The animation is beautiful.
What do you know? What's I think it's a what if. What if the Punisher became Ghost Rider?
Yeah, that's one. And the funny thing is, he lined up becoming Punisher, Ghost Rider eventually.
Like in the recent storylines.
Hold on a second. Shit.
Oh.
Yeah, and the current comics, the Cosmic Ghost Rider is Punisher.
Frank Castle? Wow.
Yeah, it took over. Frank Castle took over as the Ghost Rider.
That's interesting.
Yeah, wow. He's the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
So what does he get? A burning van?
Nah, he has like a hover bike, like space bike.
Oh, because it's the Cosmic one. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, he should get a van.
Yeah.
You get a space van then. All right.
So a couple of little things they announced. I don't want to go that crazy into it, but maybe we'll go more into it next week so I could just get a list of everything. But for Marvel side, we got She-Hulk, Ironheart, Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's next year. Secret Invasion's becoming a TV show as well. The Marvel, Captain Marvel 2, Hawkeye, the TV series, where you actually saw pictures of it being filmed. With Pizza Dog. I'm happy. The Pizza Dog is in it.
And they're filming it here, right?
Yeah, they're filming in the city. Yeah. She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Armor Wars, starring Don Cheadle. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, directed by James Gunn. I Am Groot's getting his own series. Thor, Love and Thunder, and Ant-Man Wasp: Quantumania.
Okay, gotcha.
There's so much other shit they announced. They showed this first trailer of Loki, the TV series that's coming. That looks fucking sick. They announced Rescue Rangers with the voices of John Mulaney and Andy Samberg. That's coming.
Wow. I mean, Paul, that's a perfect deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Evans is playing Buzz Lightyear in this movie called Lightyear that's coming out next year by Pixar.
That's interesting.
They announced Christian Bale for Thor Part 4. They announced so much shit. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. If you go on and if you go actually visit our Red Cyclone Inc. Facebook pages, all the posts are up there. You can check out everything that's coming out. All the trailers and everything are on there. So definitely check it out. But there's a lot of shit. Oh, and last but not least, if you have Xbox Game Pass, you can now play the whole Yakuza series besides Yakuza Like a Dragon, because I don't think it's on Game Pass yet.
Okay.
But they just added the remaster collection, and they announcing Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. So January 28th, 2021, you'll get the rest of the Yakuza collection remastered. So that's 3, 4, and 5, and then Yakuza 6 will be in March 25th.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So little by little, you can play everything on Xbox. The Yakuza.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big step.
Yes, sir.
You know what's funny? That's something that could get a Japanese audience to look at the system now, because of the fact that Yakuza's on there.
I know. I mean, that wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Also, I hear the exclusivity of Final Fantasy being over in April.
Yeah.
If that goes to Xbox, oh boy.
Yep.
Some eyes gonna be over there.
Good.
Specifically, if it's gonna be a Series X version.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that.
So yeah, you can play all the Yakuzas. Definitely check it out when you get a chance. And now, last but not least, our verdict.
We have a verdict this week for Detective Pikachu. That is 2018.
Yep.
And that is starring. I'm sorry, I don't know the young man's name.
I have the fucking thing. Shit. I just had the listing. Oh yeah, I have it on my PC.
Ryan Reynolds as the soul of.
It's Pikachu. Justice Smith as Tim.
Yes.
Catherine Newton. And Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds as Detective Pikachu.
And Psyduck. As Psyduck.
Oh, he was Psyduck too, right?
No. I'm not saying he was Psyduck. I'm just saying Psyduck as Psyduck.
Yeah, Psyduck as Psyduck.
So it was those two. Ryan Reynolds and Justice Smith were the main two.
Yeah.
Catherine Newton.
Yeah.
Bill Nighy is the main villain.
Yeah.
Ken Watanabe is the policeman. Also, he is legendary fighter of Godzilla.
Yes. Godzilla. He's also actually in the last Godzilla movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I brought him up. But he's also in one of the last Japanese ones too.
Yeah, I know.
So
Well-known Godzilla.
Back and forth.
He's always fighting animals.
Godzilla's nemesis. Is he the one that blows him up every time?
Yeah.
He is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's about it, right? Because those are like the main characters. The only person is Chris Gere. He's the side antagonist, the son.
Yeah.
You know. There's Rita Ora's in the movie. I don't know who she.
Yeah, she is. As a singer.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, she was in it too. I forgot she was in it.
That's about it for anybody you would look out for, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say this movie's high on my list, just in terms of quality, in terms of production, in terms of the story. Like, there's a whole bunch of things in here that I can see a lot of different people coming together and being like, "Oh, this is just a good ass movie."
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You didn't have to like Pokemon.
Yeah.
I would say if any type of animated animal thing is not your cup of tea, it was like that's not gonna be for you. But if you're here with what a Pokemans is,
yeah,
it's like it's still, even if you're not invested in anything related to it, you would watch this movie and be like, wow, that's just a really good, like, children's family friendly movie.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, one of the things about this movie I realized, it doesn't ever feel like it's insulting your intelligence.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, think about this is the fact that, granted, Pokemon is actually, like, I think the number one highest grossing, like, franchise in the world. But here's the thing, they don't treat you like it's not plastered over all over the thing like a product type of thing.
Yeah.
It's immediately introduced as just this is the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it's a thing that is made to. This movie doesn't feel like it's a cheap cash in.
No.
That's what I mean. Like it doesn't feel like it's trying to sell you anything.
Oh, this movie, like it felt like there was a lot of care taken into the consideration of putting these animals into life, and that's something I give a lot of respect for this movie. Like the Pokemon in this movie looked amazing. Some of them looked weird. Some of them, like I'll give them credit. Like it was just like, yo, that one looks fucking like the gasolines or the hauntings and stuff like that. I didn't care for how.
Yeah,
they
Gengar
looked.
didn't have his exact look into his face. But
Yeah.
you know what? Being that he's one of my favorite original 151, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Because he got in.
But some of the other ones looked fantastic, fucking amazing. Like the Bulbasaurs, I thought they looked so cute. The Squirtles and Charizard looked sick, and Gyarados looked sick, and like I think they captured what the. So me going into this movie, I didn't expect much from it. I expected not to like it. I like Ryan Reynolds, so I knew it was going to be kind of funny, but I didn't know what to expect from this movie. I never played any of the Detective Pikachu games. The last Pokemon game I played was Black 1.
Okay.
So I'm not really keen into the big Pokemon universe. I don't know a lot about it, but from what they gave me in this movie, they gave me a world that I believed was full of Pokemon.
Okay, so there's a side thing about this universe in general.
Yeah.
There was a long running meme that the voice of Detective Pikachu in the fans' heads way back when, before the movie was ever announced, was that it was always going to be Danny DeVito. And having seen this movie, to be perfectly honest, if you took out Ryan Reynolds and put in Danny DeVito, it'd be perfect. Yeah. I'm just saying it would be it would be my number. It would probably be my number 2 movie.
Okay.
It would be perfect because I could the way this movie is written and who Ryan Reynolds is and the fact that he's so quick-witted. Yeah. And we know he's funny, but he's quick-witted in a certain way, right? Also, Danny DeVito is. And but his voice. Yeah. I just want his voice because I'm thinking of Frank from Always Sunny. So yeah, that's just a side thing, and that makes me laugh about this movie. But it's really good though. It's just,
it was a really good movie. I thought the storyline was interesting. It kind of reminded me of like a Pokemon first movie with Mewtwo and stuff like that, but it kind of involved more of the human aspect and how they will try to use the Pokemon to like take over things instead of just like living together in harmony kind of thing. And they kind of had the Pokemon trainers, and they had the little. I think they played nods to everything and even made fun of everything in a little way as well.
You know what's interesting is that you just mentioned something, but you can draw parallels to what Pokemon is at least in the original series. Yeah, because barring the city environment, because that's just the future, right? That's the environment this is the world that they have because this is the years that this is taking place. 2018 or whatever, like maybe 2016, 17, or like maybe 15 or 14. They had a vision, right? And so we're already in a more advanced time than the Game Boy game was, right? So with that said, I could see here the similarity to the journey of Ash. Yeah. Because he's a kid where he leaves his home that has no father. Yeah. Dude's got no dad. Was a Pokemon. His true goal was to become a Pokemon master, but life got in the way, right? But here's the thing that you can almost see some of the original Pokemon creeping in, because the main villain is essentially Giovanni. It's just he's in this universe he's handicapped because he's in a wheelchair because he has an advanced disease. Yeah. But when you look at Pokemon the first movie and kind of the plot of the original show, whenever Team Rocket's involved, she's trying to do the same thing. Yeah. The reason they have Mewtwo is to control the power of the most powerful Pokemon. Yeah. So that's your parallel to Giovanni. Yeah. also your parallel to the first movie.
Yeah.
There's another thing. There's not really a professor. Well, the thing is that there's not really an older guidance, but then there is, because Ryan Reynolds as the detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Sure, they're not all detective Pikachus. He's the only one.
Yeah.
He's like because of the story. I don't think we should spoil it.
Yeah.
But because of how the story pans out, he ends up being the father figure.
Yeah.
To the main character, leading him through this world. So in some ways, he does kind of have an Oak-like voice guiding him.
Yeah.
And so like when you look at it that way, there's like, okay, I can see it.
Yeah, I see like the parallels of the first movie into it, especially, and then I like the characteristics of the. I like the Justice Smith. I actually think he's a good actor. He was in.
It's my first exposure to him. So.
He's on this show on Netflix. I forgot the name of it. It's like about the 80s and shit like that. I can't think of the name right now, but he was on that show, and that's where I was introduced to him. He's a pretty solid actor. I think he played a role, especially with him and Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. Pikachu was hilarious. Like, it was caffeine fucking addict. Man, he like was like straight up like fucking hyper off of like 20 cups of coffee and whatnot. He was a good character. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I one of the main things that made the movie so high on the list is because like a lot of the other movies above it. Yeah. Is that this movie has a lot of character. Yeah. So he, obviously Ryan Reynolds is he's him, right? Yeah. It's just Pikachu is him. Yeah. But Justice Smith has his own set of ups and downs to go through. Yeah. Really intense set of ups and downs to go through. So, but just kind of the other characters around him have arcs. The main villain, he goes through an arc. Yeah. The son kind of goes through a mini arc because he's less important. The reporter girl, she goes through an arc. She becomes less annoying and more like, I'm gonna actually be a reporter. Yeah. Because at first she just seems like she's Misty. I'm just. Yeah. Psyduck goes through an arc. Yo, I love the fact that he's a constant thing. Yeah. It's just they treat him like he's a babam. I'm just saying. Yeah.
And it's funny. It's funny because that's kind of how they used Psyduck in the cartoon as well.
Yeah, but he's not like dangerous. Yeah. In the cartoon, he's more annoying, and Misty beats on him relentlessly, which is, in retrospect, is kind of messed up. Yeah. But they hit him a lot. I'm just saying.
From the head a lot.
But like, I love how they treat. Oh man, you can't piss this guy off. Yeah. No. And the part where Detective Pikachu is rubbing his foot in the car, his webbed foot. It's hilarious, dude. Like that's the thing I like about this movie, is that there's so many moments where it's either because of Detective Pikachu and Ryan Reynolds, they just steal the scene. But also when you start looking around them, the guy they fight in the arena, he's a unique ass character. Yeah. Him and Charizard. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there's a whole bunch of little things, and everybody like plays their part really, really well. Yeah. So it's not, another thing I can say, it's not immersion break. Nothing about the movie just takes you out of the movie. Yeah. So that's like a really good thing. And it's only like an hour 44, so it's really like an hour and a half. Yeah. Not that long.
It's not that long, but it gives you enough story to go just to feel. It just feels like a good story, and it's just a fun movie to watch. And the show I was talking about with Justice Smith, it was called The Get Down. It was on Netflix.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I think you might like it. It's like 80s like hip hop. It's like battles of MCs and shit in it.
Now that you mention it does sound familiar.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. It went to like 2 seasons. Yeah, so I enjoyed it for what it was, and like towards the ending and the whole thing with the Ditto like taking over and shit. Mm-hmm. And that shit had me fucking rolling. I was like, yo, I actually completely forgot about that the first time I watched it. So seeing that again, I was like, oh shit, it was a fucking Ditto.
Yeah, that had me rolling. And you get to see Pokemon use their powers. That's another thing in the real world. You get to see Mewtwo be Mewtwo.
Yeah, I think this is going to be really high up. I was saying that this is going to definitely hit like the top 6 or top 5 movies of all the video game movies. I think I put it pretty high on my list because it was a fun movie, and I won't mind like watching that one again.
Mm-hmm.
So, so where are you gonna give it?
Like I said, I'm gonna put it in my top 10.
Yeah,
It's gonna go above Prince of Persia.
yeah, and it's your number 6.
Yes.
For me, it's gonna hit my top 5. It's taking out Street Fighter.
Okay.
I'm looking at Double Dragon right now too, and I'm like, I might put this over Double Dragon.
Hey.
Huh?
I said, hey, that's up to you, but don't forget that Double Dragon is a good ass movie.
It's a good ass movie.
The reason it's so high up to begin with is because we found out that it's really good.
Yeah, it's really good, and it's also like very close to what the story actually is.
Very accurate. Yes.
But you know what? I'm gonna keep Detective Pikachu is gonna be number 5. So right now our standings, our top 10. Mine's is Mortal Kombat, Super Mario, Dead or Alive, Double Dragon, Detective Pikachu, Street Fighter, Prince of Persia, Need for Speed, Rampage, and Postal, rounding out my top 10. And for you, it will be Mortal Kombat, DOA, Super Mario, Double Dragon, Street Fighter, Detective Pikachu, Prince of Persia, Need for Speed, Postal, Rampage.
Okay.
Resident Evil got kicked out the top 10.
But will she return?
Will she return in Monster Hunter? That comes out next week in theaters.
Yeah.
I have one that I've been excited to watch since we did this whole thing, and that's for next week. The next movie is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes. Long overdue.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for you to see what you think of this movie, and this will be your first viewing of it. I'm excited. I've seen it before. I actually, this was my final movie I saw in theaters with Jenkins.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
This is the final movie we saw. Yeah. Yeah. So our next cast, our verdict will be Sonic the Hedgehog, and then after that, hey, Monster Hunter. We can find a copy of Monster Hunter. If it goes digital, we can probably watch that too.
I believe it is.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe it is. Yeah.
All right.
So we might have to.
Yep. And that'll be the final movie, which actually is like perfect timing.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Specifically, because it's like the last video game movie of the year.
Yeah. And we didn't plan this.
Squeezes in there.
And yeah, we didn't plan this to be like the exact date.
But just it's fate. It's figure fate.
Yeah.
Because it ends up being Mila Jovovich once again.
Yes. See, we thought we escaped her. No. She has other Capcom franchises to fuck up.
To take over.
You know, Milya Jovovich final fight. That's gonna be your movie.
I mean, yeah, dude, don't say that.
Milya Jovovich, Captain Commando.
You know, I would just because if she did it and then got that made,
yeah,
I'd be happy because they ain't doing shit with Captain Commando.
Yeah.
I might as well buy Captain Commando. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, how much is he worth? Come on.
$2.
$2.50. All right, let me get him.
Watch. The Street Fighter 2010, starring Milya Jovovich.
Damn. Right. With that said, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. Make sure you catch us anywhere and everywhere. RedCycloneInc. That's Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. That's WordPress as well. Also, SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube.
Yep.
Make sure you check out all of our podcasts. Not just the It Gets Better I Swear podcast, but the Wrestling Babble podcast, the Not a Trekkie podcast, the Morphin Cast, the Shell Shock podcast, and the Games of Rage podcast. Yeah.
You're busy.
Yes, sir.
For you.
Do it. We at Mark.
Follow me on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch TV, all marked the mic. Follow Spotify, RedCycloneInc, Spotto, and yes, follow that. It helps us out a lot. Shout outs to Emperor Chariot, my Jackie, that's her Twitch. Definitely check her out. She'll probably be playing some Last of Us tonight, so check her stream out. I will give a shout out to Game On, Game On, the Long Island Miller Place and Smithtown stores. I gotta give a shout out to Tenacious T, because Tenacious T just gave me my Christmas gift early yesterday, and that motherfucker got me Turtles Hyperstorm Heights.
Awesome.
And we finished it yesterday.
Oh, okay,
we're
cool.
gonna stream it next time. We're gonna probably stream like all the Turtle games and just see how they all like changed and things like that. We'll probably add it to the podcast, but yeah. So he surprised me with mint on a beautiful case sealed Hyperstorm Heights game. So and
now you have both of them, right?
Huh?
So now you have both of them?
I have
Original?
4, and yeah. I have Turtles in Time, and I have that now. And then I have the original NES ones. The only one I'm missing NES is the Tournament Fighter.
I was about to say, do you have Tournament Fighters?
I have Tournament Fighter for Super Nintendo, which is the best one.
Yeah, you don't want that Genesis one.
Yeah, that's the one with the clones and shit.
It's jank. It's got some jank to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They had the clones and shit in that game. And then the NES one was its own little piece of shit. I'm thinking of actually making a collection of all the Turtle games. So this has actually helped me to get one of the most expensive ones into my collection.
Nice.
Hyperstorm Heights goes for like $70 to $100.
Okay, good stuff.
So it was really nice to playing it. I forgot, like, that game is actually really difficult, a lot more difficult than Turtles in Time.
Okay.
Because you fight people in gauntlets, and this shit sucks.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
But like gameplay wise, how is it?
It plays just like it plays like Turtles in Time, except for the throwing into the screen.
Minus, right?
Minus the throwing into the screen.
Okay.
Other than that, it plays like a lot like Turtles in Time. I also think the graphics are a bit more defined in that one.
Okay.
Other than that, like, it was a fun game. I enjoyed it a lot. But yeah, shout outs to Tenacious T, and we did some recording for the Morphin Cast that's coming soon. We did Wild Force, and then our next one is gonna be Gao Ranger. That's how they say it. Gao. All right. Peace out.
Thank you for listening. Peace out.
Peace out, laters. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
He has virtual sandwiches that you can steal from him in Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Maybe it might even glitch through his hand.
Yeah, glitch to your hand and into his pants.
Yeah, there's a glitch that it does that. You joke, but that's one of the glitches. Yeah, it's wild, dude.
Yeah, enjoy Cyberpunk. The Wild Wild West is there. Yo,
enjoy it while it's not past.
Before we go, have people been like getting in trouble with streams on Cyberpunk?
No, Twitch has been understanding with that because they understand that that's the nature of the game, and it's an 18+ game, so it has a tag for it.
Okay. Yeah,
so
people are getting banned left and right because your penis fell out your pants.
Yo, Adam Cole, I watched Chugs.
Yeah.
He was scared. People would tell him, yo, the filter, it doesn't work. Sometimes it just pops out. He's like, oh no, I don't want to get banned. He's like, you know what? We're going to do it. So I watched him he played for a good while. It was fun.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chubbs. Adam Cole on Twitch. All right. Peace out.